The best claim from the 9th century onwards, at least, is you are part of the old English royal family. People have this ludicrous idea that the English kingship is elective. You still see this trotted out on newspapers and on game shows and such. How did you become king in the 11th century? Oh, you were elected. And yet when you look at the family tree, you go right back to Alfred the Great's grandfather, Edgbert, and you just go, well, that goes father, son, 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 son. Then, they didn't have any sons, brother, son, son, son. And even when the Danes take over, so Canute takes over by violence, and that's very clear, they don't sort of say, well, who should follow Canute? Obviously, it's be one of his sons. It is a hereditary monarchy, and it has been for centuries. That is your best claim. The problem is what happens when you have a king who has no very clear family members, has no male relatives who are going to step in. So that's why it becomes very desperate in the 1050s, because that line is dying. There's certainly a faction at court that is trying to kindle it, nurture it back into life. But there's a very strong sense of this era is over, because remember, we've had that Danish conquest half a century earlier, 40 years earlier. And we've already said this has destroyed or upturned the existing ruling class, who are in many cases offshoots of the old royal family. And you have newcomers like Godwin, and they owe nothing to the royal family. They are creations of King Canute. They are half Scandinavians. Remember, Godwin married a Scandinavian relative of Canute, his sister-in-law. The Godwinsons themselves are half Scandinavian. So there's a sense of what do we owe to this dynasty that's on its last legs?